Hi there folks, Borislav 24/7 here with another Days Gone Horde video. And on this video I'm going to be showing something that I have been meaning to do for a long time because, trust me, I've had a lot of requests for this. And that is to show the easiest methods in order to destroy every horde on the Days Gone Remastered version. And by the way folks, these work on the original version as well, but I'm doing these on the remaster just to show that, yep, with the new version, these are all good. Because a lot of people may have been thinking that once the remastered version came out, that all of a sudden, all of these areas and whatnot that you'd been used to using would have been patched. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. If you'd really like to know exactly how many areas that Ben's Studio patched, I can tell you, and it's a pretty bloody damn low number. 3. 2 rocks and 1 tree trunk. That's it. Don't get me wrong, the 3 locations affected 3 very prominent hordes in Days Gone, which is why I think they did what they did, and it really annoyed me because 2 of the frickin' methods were mine, or 2 of the rock locations I should say. But, however, it is what it is. So, on this video, I'm going to make sure that it's completely chaptered so that everybody can go very quickly to whatever horde it is that is giving you a problem. Not only that, I'm going to be showing these hordes being taken out in an order that you're likely to be taking them out, because there is certain sections in the game where various hordes unlock. And I'm going to convey all that information as I move through the video, horde by horde, so that's going to be very well documented as to when the particular horde that I'm showing is actually properly unlocked. Now, also worth noting that some of these methods are actually going to be very genuine and legit, the smaller hordes I'm referring to here. There's going to be 1 or 2 variations on what I've shown in the past. There's going to be 1 or 2 new ones and some golden oldies. But trust me, it's a case of anything goes when it comes to showing these methods. I'm simply looking to show the easiest ways where you can take out these hordes as easily as possible. So, with all that being said, and I have waffled on way too much, let's get on with it because there is a lot of hordes to show. Right then, I'm going to get the show started with the Death Train Horde. There are 7 hordes that are unlocked from the very start of the game, and this is one of them. 50 strong. I'm going to be taking them out from their daytime location. Truth be told, most of the hordes that I show in this video are going to be taken out from daytime locations because it's far safer, but there are some exceptions. And this particular horde is going to be taken out very legitimately. There's no easy kill location that I'm going to be showing because this is far easier than any easy kill location. You only require a few bullets, and I'm using an SAF 12 here. And as you'll see throughout the video, I'm always using weapons that you'd have available to you at the time of taking on the hordes when you do. So I just want to get a few kills, why not? The main thing here is just to get their attention. I want the entire horde coming my way. And that's it, they're en route, so I just need 1 attractor at the ready. I want to throw it right there, and then I'm running past it at speed. And I want a good bit of distance. Because these tankers will take out 50 freakers if they are all well bunched. And there we go. Death Train Horde, done and dusted. Right then, moving on to the Proxy Horde. Another horde that is 50 strong. They are located in the southeast area of Cascade, and this again is another daytime location. And this one is going to involve 2 items of equipment to get the job done. I want 1 proximity mine. Very important it's a mine and not a proximity bomb, because the mines take out 30. And I'm going to use 1 attractor bomb as well. So I just want to place that mine in there very quickly. That is guaranteed to take out 30 of their numbers because of the placement. And after this, all you've got to do is wait for them all to come out. Then get the attractor bomb thrown. and then just get a decent distance away. I don't even need to arm my weapon here. I know this will take them all out. That's the easiest way to take out the Proxy Horde. Right then, moving on to the White King Mine Horde. 50 strong, located in the northwest of Cascade, and again, it's going to be a daytime location kill. They reside in the mine that's up here, so there's one or two things I'm going to get in place first. Because this does involve a bit of, you can call it cheesing, you can call it cheating, you can call it what you like. I don't care. It's going to get the job done. I'm looking to place the bike here, but the bike placement here really isn't the cheap part of this. The cheap part of this you will see in just a minute. I'm going to use a pipe bomb to take up some of the numbers, and the reason why I don't go in and absolutely try and tear this lot apart is that they're located in two different areas within this mine. So it's not really worth trying to make a fight of it inside here. Unless you've got some seriously decent weapons, but at the start of the game you simply don't. So there we go. I know I've got 20 of them taken care of. I know the rest of them are going to be coming out. So I'm now heading over to this area where I had the bike. It's just to congregate them up a bit, but it's a quick jump over and it's onto this rock section right here. This is where they're going to be fighting. I've shown this one before, but it's that good. And yeah, I'm going to get a Molotov in play here. Obviously, although I do actually have napalm Molotovs on me at the moment, I'm not showing them being used because they are an end game item, so you would never have to use them. And as I've mentioned before, I'm only going to be using items that you would have readily available to you at the time of taking on these hordes. And there we go. White King Mine Horde, done. Right then, moving on to the first of 4 hordes that are available right from the very start in Belknap. And this is the Shadow Lake Horde. 50 strong, they are located in the far northeast of Belknap. And this again is a daytime location. When you do find this slot, because they are a difficult horde to find, don't mess about with them. Just take them out quickly and get them out of the equation. I'm going to do this with a grenade and a tractor bomb. I'm actually going to slow things down there just a wee touch, just to make sure that I get the placement right. Tractor bomb's going to go off in there, and now I'm just going to get over here, be at the ready. I don't expect any of them to come out of this cave. There we go. That's the easiest way to take this lot out. Right, moving on to the Lava Arch Horde. This horde is located centrally in Belknap. They are 50 strong, and again, it's going to be a daytime location for taking them out from. And of course, because I've now taken out 4 hordes, I will have the use of an SMP9, because I will have unlocked it by taking out the very first hordes in Days Gone. So, I potentially could take out this entire lot with one normal attractor and just using the SMP9, because you can get it done like this. But I'm not going to. I am going to use the SMP9 here, but I'm going to be very sparing with the bullets, just to show that you can potentially take down the numbers and then go to another area in order to finish the job. So there we go, the attractor now is done. Just going to reload the weapon, and now I'm going to take them down to an area that they won't be able to get near me to give me a slap. It's down here and just to the left of that rock. Just jump over. There's a nice wee ledge there that you can just stay on, and the horde can't touch you. Job done. Okay, moving on to the Twin Craters Horde. 50 strong. They are located in the far southeast of Belknap, and again, it's going to be a daytime location where I take them out from. Now, don't get me wrong, they're 2 nighttime locations, do have odd areas where you can take advantage of, but they can be a little bit tricky to get to, and at night, you do have a lot of other company. because the freakers are everywhere. But when you see how many bush areas are around this cave section, it just sets up so nicely for a pure stealth kill method. So I'm going to start with a flashbang, just to get them coming out to see what the hell's going on. Then I'm going to go with the attractor bomb. I go with the attractor bomb first because it will ensure that they bunch up very nicely, because as soon as that attractor bomb's going off, then I'm throwing a grenade into the same spot, and this will take out most of their numbers. Whatever's left now is virtually nothing. So here we go. Yep, there's just 4 of them. That's the easiest way you will ever take out that horde. Right, moving on to the Patjens Lake Horde, and this is one of the larger hordes you will encounter at the beginning of the game. They are 100 strong, and I'm going to be taking them out from their nighttime feeding location because it is very close to a Nero site. And this one will allow a potentially tricky horde to become one of the easier ones that you've ever faced. Of this number, that's for sure. So, there's a petrol can there. I'm certainly going to use it. But there is a mission early on in the game where you will actually have to come into this Nero site, so you will actually get used to the area quite quickly. And all I'm simply doing is getting to the very far end of the Nero site in order to take advantage of where this lot are feeding from. Because don't make any effort in running around and trying to get to you via the way that you will have came in to get to this position. They just bunch up below you. If you have some weapons like, throwables like grenades or pipe bombs, yeah, use them. They'll make life a little bit easier here, but let's be honest, an SMP9 is going to destroy them in a big way here. And for anybody wondering, because I'm not going to show all the locations for getting your throwables and explosives in this video, I've got other videos that show where all of these are, but they're readily available in Cascade and Belknap, if you know where to look. So do check out my other videos on those if you want to know these locations. Right, the Grotto Caves Horde. Oh my god. 70 strong. They are located in the far northeast of Cascade, and they are an absolute fucking nightmare to find. Now, there is potential easy kill locations in the nighttime areas that they go to. I'm not going to show them because trying to frickin' find them there it really is beyond belief. You can spend so much of your time trying to look for them. I'm going to show what I consider the easiest way to take them out from their daytime location in this cave, because a lot of the time they are here. And very importantly, this horde will only unlock after you've completed the mission that is called It's Not Safe Here. I'm not going to try and give away any or too many spoilers on this video, so I'll say no more about that particular mission, but when you get to a mission that has that name, you know that after you've completed it, this slot will be out and about. So it's all about taking the lefts as you're going through this cave system in order to get to the slot. In fact, once you see a bit of light, you know you're at the right spot. So from here, I'm just going to make sure they can't see me at all. I'm going to go with an attractor. I know that's going to bunch them up and take out 20 of their numbers. And then I'm going to hit them with frag grenades. Now, you may not have the luxury of survival vision like this here, depending on what difficulty level you're playing on. But don't worry about it. It's you can quite easily judge where you're throwing these things from the loop direction indicator that you get on the weapon that you're about to throw. You just make sure that what you had with the attractor, you're doing the same with the grenades. Right then, at this point, after you've reached the Lost Lake region, all the rest of the hordes in Cascade and Belknap are unlocked. And I'm going to start with the Cascade ones here. So the Cascade Highway Horde, 50 strong, and I'm going to be taking them out from their nighttime location. Don't worry if they're not here when you get to this location, because their drunken location is very close to this area. So a few gunfire shots will soon get them running over to this area. But this is how you take them out. It's all about reaching a position that they can't kill you, and they simply have no idea how to get to it from where they are. This is how you go about getting to them. Go jump down here. I'm standing in a couple of body bags here, but that's what it is. And now I'm just going to go at them. I could use Molotovs if I wanted to, but the beauty of locations like this is you can just take them out with comfort. Obviously I've got an SMP now and I could probably even make life a little bit easier here, but it's all good. Yeah, let's just go with a Molotov. Now, this is something I haven't actually mentioned. All of the hordes that I'm taking on this video are on normal difficulty. Right then, moving on to one of the smallest hordes in the game, the OLeary Mountain Horde, located in Cascade, and they are just to the north of the OLeary Mountain Safe House. A great number of ways in which you can take out this horde, but I am actually going to show an easy kill location because this rock over here is climbable. You do have to get the line right on it, but once you're up here, you are untouchable. I just felt this one was worth pointing out because you can save on a lot of your resources. And don't get me wrong, for anybody who is wondering where all these loot locations are that you can pick up all of your attractor bombs and things like this, I do have videos that show this. But on this video, it's just all about the hordes. And here they come, finally. And this won't take long. And yes, I am now using an MWS in order to get the job done, because most people at this point would have this weapon or even something better. But of course, there is a nice alternative method that I'm going to show, a lot quicker. Just involves one attractor bomb. You just want to get it thrown quickly, and while they're congregating around it, because you do get a few seconds, just get a few shots, a few kills in to limit their numbers to under 20, and that will get the horde done. Right, next up is the joint lowest horde in terms of numbers, the Horse Lake Horde. Located in the northern area of Cascade, in fact not that far away from the Death Train Horde. This is their precise location, and as always with the last of these Cascade hordes, these only unlock once you have reached Lost Lake. So, number of methods I could choose to get the job done here, but I'm going with an attractor bomb followed by fast gunplay. I don't bother using a grenade for one very good reason, because the cave inside here is actually quite large, and a grenade doesn't always guarantee you get all of the numbers. And don't worry if you don't have this survival vision in place, just make sure that your torch is turned on and you'll get them all nice and easy. Right then, moving on to the last horde still left to take out in Cascade, and it is the Little Bear Lake Horde. 30 strong, they are located centrally in the west of Cascade, and they are also very close to one of the Nero sites. But this lot, it is as simple as one grenade in order to get the job done here. But this is the route that I recommend that you take in order to get to them, because if you try approaching them from a different area, you're highly likely to be seen. This is the way that you normally get no hassles whatsoever, because you do want all of their numbers inside this hut before firing this grenade in. Don't worry if one or two of them are actually out, because obviously it's a very easy cleanup job. Oh, and that one's been very receptive by going back in. Right, moving on to the last of the Belknap hordes that need to be taken out, and I'm starting with the Belknap Crater Horde. 50 strong, reside in the east area of Belknap, and this, very unusually, is one of the nighttime easy kill locations. I just had to show this. I have shown this before, but this one is that good. You don't even require the use of the bike for this. It is a rock climb, but it's not a very difficult one. Just going to get Deke over here, get the light on, get their attention with a few shots, and then just take them out when they congregate below me. And of course, I could throw down a few Molotovs and whatnot if I wanted to, but why bother when you're making the job this easy? And another tactic that I will show here, which will make things very handy when you get down to low numbers, start to go into focus mode, just to make sure that you get the job done a bit easier. Right then, next up is the Marion Forks Horde. 50 strong. They are located just to the south of Marion Forks, which is in the northeast of Belknap. And this is their daytime location that I'm going to be getting the easy kill from. Now, you don't require the bike in order to get this done, but you will get some company more often than not when you go to this area, because this is a hotspot for a hostage situation. And this poor guy up here unfortunately has 3 rippers around him who are getting ready to kick him down into this horde cave. That is not going to happen. I'm going to make sure that this hostage is okay. But I'm going to take full advantage of this area. Because here we go. Just get over to this area here. A few shots will get them running. And they will start climbing to your location. They will not reach you. You're completely safe here. They don't even make an attempt to actually leave the cave and try and get round to your position. They simply all just bunch up here, and this makes for a very easy horde kill indeed. Actually, this horde is one of the strangest. You can actually take them out from their nighttime drinking location without too much fuss either, because they seem pretty oblivious to what is going on, but this one is just far easier. Obviously, you have less freakers going about during the day, so you can just concentrate on the horde and not too much in the way of anything else. But yeah, you will have to come down into this cave section, because more often than not, a few of them do get stuck down here. And that's it. Job done. Right then, the last horde that I have to show in Belknap is the Bear Creek Hot Springs Horde. This horde is 50 strong. They are located in the far northwest of Belknap, and again, it's another daytime kill location. Now again, there is a number of ways that you can take out this particular horde, but I like to take full advantage of this bridge because it just affords you a ridiculous amount of time to get the job done. Now, the hardest part of this entire process is probably just setting up the bike, because I'm going to use it as a blockade. Deacon can jump over this area right here, which I'm just going to demonstrate there, but that will hold all of this horde back, especially as you're not going to get them in large numbers here. Especially not the way that I'm going to be doing it anyways. So, the fact that they are heavily bunched in here, I am going to take the time to throw in 1 grenade. That will get the numbers down to round about 20, maybe slightly more, but it is a numbers game. They are 50 strong, and if the grenade is in the right spot, yeah, that should be 30 of them. So, the last of the numbers are going to be coming down here. Now, I'm just hanging back here, just to make sure that they actually see where I am, and this is rather bizarre, because they're taking their sweet time in coming out here. What the hell? Here they go, finally. Right, I'll get a few more of the numbers, especially as I have the SMP9, which most people should. In fact, if you're chasing hordes, you will have the SMP9. You unlock it after 4 horde kills. But right now, I'm just heading over to this nice safe area, and I can just take my sweet time in getting them all. The only thing negative about this particular easy kill location, in terms of the way I'm doing it, is time. It just takes a bit longer. I could have had this lot taken care of a damn sight quicker if I'd say just laid an attractor bomb after going with the grenade. But do you know what? There is times that people want to see methods as well that do save on resources. So the last thing that I've got to do here is to head up and take out whatever the hell is left, which ain't going to be much. In fact, is it that one? No, there's one in the cave still. There we go. Right then, moving on to the Lost Lake Hordes, and this is one of 4 hordes that you can take on at the very start, but I will not be showing the Sawmill Horde until much later on in the video. The Westfir Horde is 75 strong, located in the northwest area of Lost Lake, and this is another daytime location. I'm not even worried about the sounds coming from the bike here, because I actually want to get their attention. And look at this rock section here. It's almost like it's made for climbing up with the bike. And yep, once you're up here, you can do what you like. You can rain down on them with some Molotovs, hit them with some pipe bombs. But once they know where you are, they're going to head up towards your position and give you a fantastic line of sight here. So I'm not even worried about the ones that are actually beside me right now. I'm just concentrating on all these ones that are running up the hill, because it is a nice choke point up there. And I think I've got most of the numbers up here now. And what's left is right here. And yeah, you know what the hell. Let's get a Molotov in play. I'll try and get a Molotov in play. Everybody will be very aware of the problems that you have with the inventory reveal right now on the remastered version, but it is what it is. I'm going with Molotovs because I generally don't have that much use for them, apart from obviously your infestation nests. And normally I take those out first anyways before going after the hordes. And there we go, Westfir Horde. Done and dusted. Right then, next up is the Wapinitia Road Horde. Another 75 strong horde. They are located in the south of Lost Lake, and it is again a daytime location that I'm going to take them out from. And this one does have a slight variation, because I have shown this before, but this variation just makes things even easier. Now, I'm heading over to another one of these hole areas that gets you access into the cave, but I'm not going to be taking the horde out from here, because once you start firing, and I do have the luxury of survival vision to show this, they will start running away. They are actually heading to the cave entrance to try and take you out, and what I'm doing now is I'm getting back down into the cave. I can easily take out a few of the numbers as well, but not only that, I can very safely get up here and I get over to this position right here, and you are as safe as it gets. So SMP9, yeah, I'm going to let them have it with this bad boy. Now I'm choosing just to take them out with gunplay here, but of course you have the luxury and options of using throwables if you wish to do so. Will make this job a damn sight quicker if you do. But no, I'm just cleaning up what is left here. And yeah, I haven't actually taken out the entire horde yet, so something else is clearly going on. I'm taking a look at the minimap. Yeah, I can see, yeah, there's a bit of action going on there. It's involving marauders. Hopefully that will be the last one of the horde, and it is. Job done. Right then, on to the third of the 4 hordes that are available to take on immediately when you get to Lost Lake. The Berley Lake Horde, 75 strong, located in the south of Lost Lake, and this is a nighttime location in order to get the job done. You're very close to a Nero site, so you do have a lot of protection before heading out, and this is their eating area that I'm going to be taking them out from. I have shown this one before, but it needs to be shown again because it is a golden oldie. It works incredibly well and just makes ridiculously light work of what could potentially be a tricky horde. And it's all to do with this rock right here. There we go, just going to stop the bike there, and ideally just want to get to this top rock here. You are starting to deal with slightly larger hordes now, so their World War Z style tactics do have to be given respect, because if you're not careful, they can get up here. In very small numbers, admittedly, but they're not going to get the chance when you're using an SMP9 like this. And huge bit of advice here, when they get to real low numbers, just come down onto one of the lower sections. That will just move them over, bunch them up nicely, and makes the job very easy to complete. Right then, next up is the Metolius Lava Cave Horde. This is one of the larger hordes in the game, 150 strong. They are located just to the north of the Lost Lake camp, and this horde only unlocks after you complete the mission that is called Flow Like Buried Rivers. Now, once you have taken care of that mission, this is the easiest way I recommend in order to get the job done for this lot. Because not everybody's going to have high-powered weapons, because if you do, there is another option. There's a few options actually, but this is all about climbing up this rock area right here. And you want the bike fairly close to the right-hand side of this rock from where I'm looking here. And the reason being is so that you can get back up onto the bike. And I always recommend that you test that you can actually get back up onto the bike before going to get the horde's attention. Because if you don't have the bike placed in quite the right spot, yeah, you're going to be in a bit of bother. But yeah, I'm going to reduce their numbers a wee touch as well before they even reach the position that I'm going for. And I did mention about another potential area that you can take them out. And it's down here. That gap there in the rock, Deke can get through, but the freakers can't, or they can't get through easily. If you have some really good high-powered weapons, you can take advantage of that, but you do need weapons that have good bullet penetration in order to get the job done from there. I'm not going to do that. This is a very easy way indeed to take out this lot. So I've got their attention. I've taken out 30 of the numbers as well already, so I'm now dealing with a 120 strong horde. Now, again, I'm just waiting here just to make sure that they know exactly where I am. So a little bit of gunfire there with the SMP9, and now I'm heading over sharpish to this area here. I know I'm going to get their entire numbers out for this horde kill. Just get into that position, hit the button in it in order to get onto the bike, and then I want right over to this section right here. It just funnels them so that the ones that do congregate there, they are going to get it, but the rest of them are going to fire over the cliff edge here, and all they do is a nice wee circuit where they'll come back up and try and get you again. And while they're doing that, just take the sweet time and take them out with gunplay. Don't even need to worry about any throwables and whatnot here, and this won't take too long at all. Only problems you might ever find is sometimes you get one or two marauders in this area, and it can be a bit of a hotspot for that. So if that does happen, just make sure that you take them out quickly and quietly. You want to have everything going on your own terms when you're taking out these hordes. The last thing you want are distractions that are potentially going to bring them out earlier, and obviously you wouldn't get the chance to place the bike where you need it placed. But there we go, Metolius Lava Cave Horde done. Right then, moving on to the Sherman's Camp Horde. Now this horde is 75 strong. They are located, not surprisingly, in Sherman's Camp, which is just to the northeast of the Lost Lake camp. And this horde only unlocks after you have completed the mission, You Twisted My Arm. So do be aware of that. If you haven't completed that mission at any point, you are never going to see this lot. But once you do, this is how I recommend you take this horde out. And this one will surprise a lot of people. There's a crazy amount of ways to take out this horde, but including the building to my right here. But I'm not going to use it because depending on one of the earlier missions and how you go about doing that particular mission can affect potentially an easy kill location from within a building. But this method, yeah, there's nothing to worry about at all. So, it's all about stealth here. What makes this one so incredibly easy is it's stealth from height. When you get chances like this, you just embrace them, because it makes taking out hordes like this an absolute frickin' doddle. By this point you should have a reasonable amount of throwables, and I'm going with the bad boys that are grenades. They will take out 30 every time if they're heavily bunched. This is overkill here, but I'm going for a third, and whatever the hell is left is getting it with the SMP-9. And that's it. That's the easiest way to take out that horde. Right then, next up is the Riverflow Farms Horde. And like the Sherman's Camp Horde, this lot only unlock after you've completed the mission, You Twisted My Arm. They are located in the far northeast of Lost Lake, and this is going to be another daytime location in order to take out this horde. Now there aren't that many rock areas that you can climb around here, but this one here is bloody fantastic for the job. And it's all about getting onto the rocks and then moving Deke over to another section. So that will do. You just want the bike enough that you can get off it with Deke. And from here I'm looking to get over to this rock area right here, because again it's another one where you have a lot of protection. The horde that are coming towards you are, if they get too close, they're going to end up going over the cliff edge. Well, I'll actually call it a ledge here. You can't really call this one a cliff edge because it's not much of a cliff. But anyways, I've got a flashbang in play. I've got my eye trained on whatever the hell is coming, and I'm going to hit them hard as soon as they appear. The SMP-9, fantastic for this. If you have any other weapons, any better weapons, you of course use them. Come on. As you can see here, yeah, they can get very close, but they can't quite touch you. But do prioritise the ones that are extremely close to you, because you can end up taking a slap or two if you don't. But honestly, with the SMP-9, you're not going to have this issue. There we go. Done. Right then, we're finally in the south to take on some of the big ass hordes. And we're going to start with the infamous Mount Bailey Horde. They are 300 strong. They are located in the far northwest of Crater Lake. And this horde is unlocked as soon as you reach the south, so you can go for them whenever you like. Now, this horde, in my opinion, is the toughest in the game, but not when you take them on in the way that I'm going to take them on. A lot of rock climbing involved, and there's also going to be a slight variation here, because you can potentially just stop actually revving the bike and just walk the bike with Deke in order to get past that horde undetected, in order to get to the rock positions that you do need to climb. But I'm actually going to just use the rocks in this area over here in order to get up to the area that I actually require to do all the damage. And there's also an injector up here, by the way, so if you don't have it, fill your boots. But this is the rock here, that is the important one. You wouldn't think it was possible to climb this thing, but you bloody well can. Just need to make sure that you're hitting the brakes big style when you get over that area. And from here now, you are pretty much untouchable. And you can go after them with whatever you like. And yeah, as you can see here, I am having a hell of an amount of problems with that fucking inventory wheel. It is beyond belief. They still haven't sorted it yet. However, one flashbang in play, and then I'm going to go to town with the IDF pop. I've also now got an RPD and an SMP-9. If you've been taking out all of the hordes, going up to the point where you get to the south, you will have unlocked this IDF pop. And it's a fantastic weapon for horde killing. Now, Chicago Chopper, once you manage to get your hands on it, is another fantastic weapon to use, but yeah, you won't have access to that immediately. It unlocks when you get to Trust Level 2 in Wizard Island. So I'm just doing a bit of control here in terms of the freakers that are trying to get me through their World War Z tactics, because even though I'm very high up here, the thing is, this lot are very large in numbers, one of the largest hordes in the game. Now if you're taking this lot on early, you will not have the use of napalm molotovs, which is why I'm simply not showing them, even though I do actually have some on me that I could use here. I'm only going to show what you're likely to have available at your disposal to use. So now I'm just going to go to town with the RPD, and now I have their numbers low enough that I'm going to bring them down to a lower section. There's a number of rocks in the game that you can employ this tactic, and that is it. That is the Mount Bailey Horde done. Right then, the second horde from the Crater Lake region that I'm going to be taking out is the Rimview Ranch Horde, because this lot would be unlocked when you reach the south. But do be aware of this. You do have to take out the infestation nests in the Rimview Ranch area, because this horde is hiding behind one of them. And until you do take out that infestation nest, you won't see them. But once you have, this is by far the easiest way to take out this horde. It's a nighttime kill location. This one is actually one I've very recently discovered, but it's that good I'm going to bloody show it again. And you don't even require the use of the bike, although it does make life a bit easier and getting over to this position a bit quicker. Now, this location is just at the side of one of the nearer sites. You get to the top here, walk as far as you can go, then look down, move Deacon off, and then just make sure that you're pulling the joystick back towards the rocks as you're falling. That way, it ensures that you catch onto the rock area. If you just let them fall down willy-nilly, yeah, you're just going to fall down into the horde. But once you're at this point, this 150 strong horde are, yeah, they're easy pickings. And chances are you may get quite a few more kills than the 150 anyhow, because any of the freakers that are nearby will join the party when you take them out like this. At night time on the remastered version, you do get a lot of freakers out at night. So at this point, yeah, I do have the luxury of survival vision. Don't worry though if you don't. Just spray the area, you will get them. And this lot are just about done. Again, just go sods law. I had to reload there, but yeah, just get them in the sights, go into focus mode, and yep, the job's are good. Right, moving on to the first of three hordes. It's immediately available as soon as you get to the south, that are located in Highway 97. This is the Chemult Station Horde, 125 strong, reside in the town of Chemult, which is fairly central in Highway 97. And the rock area that I'm going to be using is that one right there. If you're a little bit nervy about using rock areas, just take the time to practice the line that I am going to be using. But right now, this is how it's going to go down. They're all located over here, so I'm just going to get their attention with a drive-by, bit of shooting. The SMP9 is perfect for this, by the way. And I'm going to take out some of their numbers en route back over to this rock area. Okay, I've now got their attention. I can take my sweet time here. There we go, that is the line. Nice easy one, get to the top there. Once Sneak gets off, you'll be on this side, and then just go to town with a fast firing weapon, and you're not going to get much bother from this lot. They congregate up so nicely below you, it's beyond belief. And as you can see, you don't really get much of a chance here. And yeah, tried and tested method, just going to the focus mode, and yeah, I do have the luxury of survival vision here, where I can actually see them. Depending on what difficulty level you're playing on, you may not have that luxury, but it's just something that makes life just a bit easier. And is that the last one? Yes, it is. Good night, Chemult Station Horde. Right then, next up is the Groose Gardens Horde, and I'm going to be using a golden oldie in order to take this lot out. They are located actually very close to the Chemult Station Horde, So again, fairly central. They're 125 strong, and it is, of course, going to be a daytime kill location. Now, the Horde is in that building just to my right, but the smart play here is to get onto the roof of the building across the road. And this is how you do it. Just a quick climb up here, and then you just have to make your way across that fence area there. Now don't worry if you don't get it first time, because this Horde is fairly docile. As long as you're not making a lot of noise, you won't get any issues at all. And as you can see there, I'm trying to just show that you can take your time and do what needs to be done here. And of course, once you're up here, you're completely untouchable. You can just go to town with weapons. You can take advantage of the door there that they're going to come out of. Throw a few explosives over there just to reduce the numbers if you like. You really have a lot of options with this Horde. And what I like to do is, once they start heading over, is hit them at this point right here, because they group up so nicely. It's really just a case of how much in the way of your resources you want to use, because of course once you get to the south you don't have the luxury of all the locations that you can get your hands on a lot of really good items. In the south they really are hard to come by, so you may want to consider conserving what you actually have. But right now I don't have that many of them left. I'm just moving over to this area of the roof just to try and congregate them over here. And there we go. Job done. Right then, moving on to the Lobert Drawridge Horde. This Horde is a whopping 300 strong. They are located in the southwest of Highway 97. And it's going to be the daytime location that I'm going to take them out from. Now, as with the other two Hordes that I've shown from Highway 97, this lot are available as soon as you get to the south. And I'm going to go with another golden oldie, because this really is as easy as it gets for this Horde. There's so many areas that I could show potentially where you could take this lot out from, easy kill locations, but this one is so good because it doesn't even require the use of the bike. Now, I'm going to hit them with a few frag grenades, but I just need to get down onto this rock here. And this rock does have a couple of really good properties going for it, because you can manipulate the Horde when you are here. So I really actually want to get the numbers coming out here first before I go with that grenade, because there isn't that many of them right now. Okay, now it's all good. But another one there will not do any harm at all. Yeah, I'll go for a third. It's definitely worthwhile using a few explosives on this lot, because you are dealing with an extremely large Horde, the second largest Horde in the game. Now, should you want a wee break, you can actually move a touch up this rock, and the Horde will start to move. There we go. I don't want them going too far. Truth be told, I've already taken out a great deal of their numbers, so I just want them here. And yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath for sure. But I sure as hell ain't getting touched by this lot. So, got their numbers heavily down now. I'm just going to move to the RPD. Yes, I do have the luxury of survival vision here where I can actually see them. And I'm going into focus mode just to make life even easier still. And there we go. Job done. Right then, next up is the Chemult Community College Horde. And although I do state on the top of the video here that they are unlocked after the mission, just another requisition form, they are actually unlocked as soon as you get to the south. But you will have difficulties in getting to them because this bit is off limits until you've completed the mission, just another requisition form. And I actually recommend that you do complete that mission first, because there is a way to get inside here far earlier, but if you do get in here early, you will not be able to kill them in the way that I'm going to show. What I'm going to show here, you must have that mission, just another requisition form, completed before taking on this horde. And if you do, you're going to be able to take them out in one of the most bizarre and easiest methods ever. I'm not joking. Some people that have watched a lot of my videos will know what's coming with this, but if you don't, just prepare to be amazed. So I get to the top of this section here, and I'm really looking to just bunch them up now. So I'm going to use these vehicles here in order to do this, because the horde, they only have one way in which to get to you here, from the front of the vehicle. Now they were pretty quick in getting to me there in all fairness, but I just want all of the numbers about here before moving to the magical area. And it's right up here. The break in this fence line, watch this. As soon as you go through it, that's it. They're running a different way to try and get you, because they're looking to go through the college in order to get to you. And you just use this break in the fence to devastating effect. When they get too close, just go through it. Then they'll start running away again. Just shoot them in the back while they're heading over to where they're going. And you can continue this indefinitely. How easy is this, folks? And there's not many of them left now. In fact, you'll be lucky if there's two. There isn't, there's just one. And that's how you do it. Right then, moving on to the very first horde that you actually have to take on in the game. You have no option with this lot. This is a main mission horde. And worth knowing, before you even attempt to take on this lot, take advantage of all the items that are beside these two bikes up here, because there's 4 remote bombs, which admittedly don't do that much damage, but they're handy to have. But the most important ones by far are the napalm molotovs. They are freaking deadly, and this is the first time in the game where you are actually allowed to use them. So I am going to use them. And the method that I'm going to use to take this lot out is another golden oldie. I love this one for so many reasons, but the main reason I love to employ this one is because you don't need to wait for the entire horde to head over to where they eventually will end up just hanging about. You can see they're all making their way over right now. This method, you can just get onto this kiosk right here, 2 climbs, and you're virtually untouchable. There is the odd occasion where one freaker may get up here, but you can take them up pretty damn quickly. And I'm lucky on this occasion. I've got a Chicago chopper at the ready to do some serious damage here. But I am going to hit them hard with napalm molotovs when I can finally fucking select them. Because it is an ongoing issue with the remastered version. The inventory wheel is absolute shit. I don't know what they did to it to make it this bad, but yeah, they've done a number on it for sure. However, gripes aside, let's take care of this lot. The napalm molotovs, you'll see exactly just how effective these are, especially when the hordes are bunched in the way that they generally tend to be when you're above them. And yeah, no, because this kiosk is absolutely full of them right now. But you just have to make sure that every time you're throwing it down, you make sure you catch the group there. And I will take the time to use the survival vision just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at down here. There you go. But that is all that I've got left. So now I'm just going to go to a bit of gunplay, and eventually I'm going to come off here because I don't need to kill every last one up here. There is actually a great number of explosives available to me in Chemult. And you know what? let's just get off now. There's a big ass canister over here. Sorry, a gas tank I should say. And there we go, that'll take out most of the numbers. And the Chicago chopper will take out the last 2 or 3. Okay. There's clearly something left because I haven't got confirmation yet.
Please just tell me that's
okay, now I have.
I can't believe it. You did it.
Job done.
You wiped out an entire horde.
Right then, immediately after you have taken care of the Chemult mission horde, and the mission is called You Alone I Have Seen, you will unlock the last horde that you can take out in the Crater Lake region, and this is the McLeod Ridge Horde. They are 150 strong, and very unusually, I'm going to be taking them out from a nighttime location. This is where they go to drink, and this is how it's all going to play out. I just want their attention. I'm going to take out some of the numbers. Stupid not to really. But I'm looking to lure them away from the area that they have been drinking from. Because, yep, you guessed it, folks. There is a rock over there that I can climb up. I just needed their numbers moved. This is a pretty easy way of getting the job done with this potentially tricky horde. Because now I'm on this rock area here, and this lot aren't even totally aware of where I am. And now I can just take my sweet time and take them out as I see fit. Now, the only disadvantage with this particular location, and it's not much of a disadvantage, is the fact that it's not fantastic to use in terms of explosives. And the other thing you've got to remember is, in case you're wanting to try and bunch them a bit more, attractors do not work in water, and there's a shitload of water here, so don't even attempt to use attractors here, because you could be wasting valuable resources for no good reason. I'm more than happy just to take them out with, in this case here, the Adiac Pop. And as you can see, they're coming back in varying degrees, but not only that, yeah, I'm going to pick up a few more because there is a shitload of freakers out in the world here at night time. So it really is just a case now of just taking them out. So this particular one, it does take a wee while to get them all done, but that's fine. I'm just going to let this play out until I've actually got every one of them. And now I've just about got them. As you can see, it does take a wee while to get the job done, but how easy and safe is this? There we go, the McLeod Ridge Horde, done and dusted. Right then, moving on to the horde that is 300 strong from the side mission that is called Just Doing My Job. But this one is well worth doing. Now, I can't stress this enough, you don't have to take out this horde, it's not essential, but you will get 300 free careers if you do. And this is the easiest way to go about doing it, because after you rescue Mitch Allen, you're going to get that horde coming down upon you very quickly. So, the escape route is over here, in this area, and what I like to do is just to place anything. It can be a remote bomb, a mine, anything that you can lay down on the ground, because on the minimap it will show. If you don't have the luxury of the minimap being activated all the time, i.e. if you're playing this on Survivor or Survivor 2, just make sure that you have good knowledge of being able to get back to that area that I just shown there, because that is your escape plan. Not only that, but once you've got to that area, you can move to another area where you can take out the horde very easily from an easy kill location, because you're at height, they simply can't get to you. But what you have to do here is just wait until Mitch Allen quite literally disappears, because he does very quickly. And what you'll see now is this lot all of a sudden descending upon you. And that's it, it's time to move. Don't be a hero, just find where you need to go. And it's over here. There we are. I will actually leave that remote bomb in place. In fact, if there's enough of them that come over here, I'll just set it off. Yeah, there we go. Now, I don't have to worry about any more of them congregating here, because just head down this mineshaft area here, and I will eventually get to another tight squeeze spot. But from here, I will eventually get the rest of this horde to this position. Now, some very interesting information to point out about this particular mission. Even though it is just a side mission called Just Doing My Job, which you don't have to take on, if you do not take on this particular mission, there is one of the endgame hordes that you will never ever see, because completing this mission is dependent upon seeing this other horde later on. And the horde in question is called the Beaver Marsh Rest Stop Horde. If you do not take on this mission, yeah, you'll never see that lot later on. So, very important to give this side mission a go. But there's also something else that is very important to know about this mission. You do not have to take out this horde in order to complete the mission. After you've rescued Mitch Allen, all you've got to do is escape from the mining area that you're currently in. You don't have to take out this horde. So do be aware of that. I'm just showing the easiest ways in which to get this done. Once I've got the numbers taken care of, I will show how it is possible to just avoid this lot entirely from this position here. Because there is another route that you can take that will get you out and back into the Days Gone world in Highway 97. But these areas here that I'm using, and you can even use grenades here, you really don't have to worry too much, because you have such a great height advantage. But yeah, it's entirely up to yourself how you go about doing this mission. So at this point, there isn't that many of them left, so I'm actually going to go with an attractor just to take out the last of their numbers, because it is now starting to become a tad problematic because of where I'm trying to take them out from. Yep, I'll go with a pipe bomb. There's not going to be many left after this. Let's see what we've got. In fact, there's just the one. Okay, job done on the horde. But if you choose not to want to take them out, this is how you do it. From this area, you just have 2 ladders to climb. Once you get up here, then you have 1 ledge, and this area here is where the horde actually came from in the first place. You can crawl through this section, and then from here, you're just making your way up the way that I'm showing here. You can't go wrong. But there will be a few freakers to take care of, but nowhere near the 300 that you're going to have to take care of if you decide to go to battle with that horde. And just for quickness, I'm not even bothering with the ammo that you can potentially get your hands on here.
There, I see daylight.
Yep, just about done here. Just wanted to show this because it's very good information to know for anyone that is doing this particular mission. But obviously, you do have a 300 strong horde that you can take care of, and that's how you take care of them in the easiest way possible.
Oh, Jesus.
Right then, moving on to the horde that you will encounter in the mission called What It Takes to Survive. This horde can be quite frightening to folks because it's down in the caves. You don't have that much room to move about in, and you get the haunting words from O'Brien that you're about to get attacked by a horde.
What?
Get out of there now! There's a horde coming!
Now, the first time you hear these words from O'Brien, you will be fucking bricking it. But there's actually no reason to be. This is how you take them out. Make sure that you have 2 attractors and 2 grenades before you start this mission.
These guys off.
What you want to do is get the attractor down early, move back so you don't get any of the horde coming towards you, and make sure that you have a grenade ready. A pipe bomb isn't quite going to cut it because they are larger than 20 every single time. And now it's just making sure that you get that second attractor out and then go with another grenade. And after this, you be prepared for any of the horde that are left. There usually isn't much. And that's it. That's how you take out that horde. Right then, moving on to one of the most iconic hordes in the entire game, the Butte Ranch Horde. They are 300 strong, they reside in the west of the Iron Butte region, and they are actually unlocked as soon as you have access to the Iron Butte region. So you can potentially take this lot out before you even get to the south. But I always recommend that you leave this horde until the very end when it becomes a mission horde, when you actually have to take them out. And once you do, this is how you do it. Because, good God, it doesn't get much easier than this. You don't even require the bike. There is no rock climbing required. You just need to get their attention, get them up over into this area. And now I'm going to get off the bike. And do pay attention to the exact spot that I stand on when I get over by this bridge. It's right about there. And just take a look at what this horde starts to do. They don't come near you. And I'm going to take the time to, come on, once I get this fucking inventory wheel to actually behave, I'm going to go to town with this lot. Now, you're not completely untouchable here. Sometimes you will get the odd freaker that actually gets to your position, but you can take them out in a second with whatever weapons that you have on you, and you can control this horde in a big way. I did show a video called the Horde Whisperer showing this a long time ago, but this still works an absolute treat. So regardless of what version of Days Gone you're playing, this is good, but obviously I'm showing every easy kill location on the remastered version, and this does work on the remastered version, so take advantage of it. I don't have many of them left, in fact there's just one, and job done. Right then folks, on to the granddaddy of them all. It is the largest horde in the game. It's the Sawmill Horde. 500 strong. They are located just to the south of the Lost Lake camp, and they actually unlock as soon as you reach Lost Lake. But if you leave them, you will eventually have to take them on just after taking on the Iron Butte Ranch Horde, because this is another Days Gone main mission. And if you want to do it, this is how I recommend you do it, because I really am spot for choice when it comes to showing an easy kill location for this lot. There are so many available still to choose. But this one I like to use because the rock climb involved is a very simple one indeed. And when you get onto this rock location, you're guaranteed you will get the entire horde over to your location. albeit they will come in 2 waves, as the Sawmill Horde normally do. But from here, yep, I've got their attention. They'll get a few more kills. Now I'm heading up over here, and this is the easiest way to get up onto this rock section. I've shown in the past a different line in order to get onto this rock section, which was a damn sight harder, but honestly this is as easy as it gets. Once you're up here, you have the luxury of, especially if you're taking on the Sawmill Horde at this point in the game, which is very near the end of the game, the advantages are you will have the luxury of being able to use napalm molotovs. If you take them on earlier, you won't have these available, so it'll take you a damn sight longer to take them out. But not only that, with having the bike on the rocks here, you will have saddlebags, so you will have more ammunition at your disposal. It just makes taking on this horde so bloody damn easy. So I'm going with these napalm molotovs, but I'm very aware now that the numbers are not that great with what I've got in front of the rock here, but the second wave of this horde is now coming over, so yeah, I'm going to wait for them. Because once they're here, I'm going to fucking decimate them, no two ways about it. But right now, just a little bit of gun control here, because they do still have the capability of getting to your position, albeit in small numbers, if they manage to get their World War Z tactics going. But yeah, now I've got their numbers high again. Yeah, I'm going to hit them with more of these napalm molotovs. And honestly, for what is supposed to be the most frightening and daunting horde in the game, yeah, this just makes a complete fucking mockery of this lot. Now, if you don't have the luxury of survival vision like I do here, do take advantage of moving down the rock area that you're standing on in order to move them to a position that you can see them a bit better. But because I have this in place, and most people, if you're playing on normal difficulty, you will have this, just take them out here. And that's it, job done. Right then, moving on to what I like to call the end game hordes. All of these hordes you will not see until you have completed the main Days Gone game and seen the end game credits. But this particular horde is doubly locked because you also have to complete the mission just doing my job. If you don't take care of those 2 criteria for this particular horde, you will never see them. But once you do, this is how I recommend you take them out. Just want to get their attention. Up over here, I'm just looking to place the bike. It's not going to stop them, but it will bunch them up very nicely. And I will take the time to fire a napalm molotov at them here, just to heavily reduce their numbers. Yep, very nice. After this, just going to hop over that area, and now I have a very nice location where they struggle to get near you. Now, do be aware that if they bunch up in high enough numbers, they can get over these sandbags, but as long as you have a fast firing weapon, you shouldn't have any hassles whatsoever. I'm using an IDF pop here, but Chicago Chopper is ideal if you have one of those, and you should at this stage of the game. Even an SMP9 will do the job. But yep, that's done and dusted. Right then, next up is the Solomon Hill Horde, 125 strong, and they are located in the northwest area of Highway 97, right up here. And I'm going to take them out from their daytime location. Now, there's a few ways that you can go about taking out this lot, but there is a rock that you can climb very close to the cave entrance. That makes this an absolute breeze. Just watch the line now. There we go. That is how you successfully get onto this rock area. And from here, yeah, you can take them out in any way you see fit. Don't even require a flashbang, just going to get their attention with some gunplay. And yeah, I'm going to have a napalm Molotov at the ready. I generally like to use one of these every time because it just gets the numbers done so quickly. And especially on areas like this, where they could potentially try to get to you with the World War Z style tactics. Be simply sure that that doesn't happen. Christ, there you go. I'm actually taking a hit there, but it's the only hit I'm going to take, I assure you. Now, I went with a couple of napalm Molotovs there, but it's just as easy to go with gunplay. If you have some really good weapons at this stage in the game, a Chicago Chopper and an MG55, you'll make pretty light work of them, because they're just right below you. You're going to take them out pretty damn quickly. This lot now are moving about a touch. This is the only disadvantage with this particular rock area. They swarm all around it, and sometimes makes it difficult to get them all, but there we go. Sawmill Horde done. Right then, next up is the Sagebrush Point Horde. This lot are 125 strong. They are located in the northeast of Highway 97, and again it's going to be a daytime location that I'm going to take them out from. This location is so good that once you're in position, they can't even see where you are. So, makes the job a very easy one indeed. You don't even require the bike in order to get this done. So, at the start, I'm looking to get above their cave, and I'm going to walk along. Once you start seeing that big boulder over there, start to look down, and you're looking for this section right here. Once you get here, it's one drop down, then diagonally over to get to that drop, and then finally onto this rock face right here. And that's it. You are pretty much untouchable here because they simply can't see you. So I'm going to get a flashbang in play, and unusually I'm going to get an attractor in play. And this is just to encourage them all to get out of the bloody cave. And of course, I'm going to hit them with a napalm Molotov. Take out a great deal of their numbers when I get one of these in play. You know what, just to speed things up a bit, I'm going to hit them with another. Because now, as you can see, they're completely oblivious to where I am. And it's just like whack-a-mole here, really. You're just taking out your moving targets, and okay, all of a sudden I'm hearing a Marauder in play. But you know what? Eyes on the prize here. I've got a horde to take out. The Marauders can wait. So, yeah, let's just try and get this lot taken care of quite quickly now. Another tractor, one grenade. There's not going to be much left now. There we go, probably that one there. And that's it. Sagebrush Point Horde, done. Right then, moving on to the Sagebrush Point Horde's neighbours, which are the Beasley Lake Horde. 125 strong. They are located in the far northeast of Highway 97, and this again is going to be a daytime location for taking them out. And this one will come as no surprise to most people, because the rock area that I'm going to be using is the way that you can actually use to leave Highway 97 and get back over to the north, should you wish to. But I'm only looking to get so far up this rock face here. This will do nicely, and yeah, they've already heard me, but that's okay. As long as you get to this particular point in the rock, it's very difficult for them to get anywhere near you, and they will come out in large numbers. So, as always, I've been doing this with a lot of the hordes of this size. We're simply reducing it to a much more manageable affair, and now they're going to get it. Thankfully, this lot don't come far that they can actually try and clamber around in it. The rock area, they just stick to one section, and makes things very easy. But this lot are just about done. Handful left. There we go. Beasley Lake Horde, done. Right, next up is the Cascade Lakes Rail Line Horde. Again, 125 strong. They are located just outside of Chemult. And this, again, is going to be a daytime kill location. Now, potentially, you could use the kiosk that I showed in order to take out the Chemult Mission Horde. But I'm going to go another route for an easy kill location. Because the bike, where I currently have it, is placed where I can get onto the rock section beside it very quickly. But this lot do tend to come out in 2 waves. So the fact that there is a river between me and the Horde actually gives me a good chance to take out a lot of their numbers here with gunplay. And yeah, I've gone into focus mode here just to try and have a good chance of taking out the first wave entirely, which is very likely to happen here because their numbers now are very few. Yeah, when you keep on coming out at this sort of speed, yeah, they're sitting ducks with that river being where it is. Take full advantage of it. I do have the easy kill location at my disposal for when I need it, but so far it's not been required. So again, a bit more gunfire. And this is the problem now, because this lot are well in this cave system. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more work in order to get the last of them out. Yeah, the lazy buggers. They're just no for coming out. Come on. Right. Now I'm getting back across the river. I'd like to do a dive roll there. That just makes things a bit quicker. Get up here and then see what I've got. Right, okay, now they are out, the rest of them. And now I'm going to use the easy kill location to get the last of them. From here, just up this rock section. And from here, I'm just looking to head over to this rock right here. And that's it, the last of this lot. A very easy affair indeed. The ones that don't group just below you will actually fall off the ledge there, and they just run around and do it all again. So we can pick this lot off exceptionally easy. Yes, there's always one. This one's taking its time, but that's it. Job done. Right then, next up is the Rum Rye Gulch Horde. 125 strong. They are located in the southern area of Highway 97, and again this is going to be a daytime kill location. Now the beauty of this one, and this is a golden oldie, I've used this many times in the past, I've shown it many times on videos, but this rock area right over here, just approach it from the back way, follow the line that I take here. It's a very easy bike climb. And once you're at the top here, you just need Deke on the other side, which he obliges. Okay, so from here, it's just getting their attention and then taking them out. Simple as. And they do take their time, by the way. But once they do, you have a fantastic line of sight as they're heading towards you, so you can hit them hard while they're en route to your location. Yeah, bloody usual, just trying to get that inventory wheel going. And I'll get a couple of grenades in play here just to lower the numbers. And now it's just a case of going with gunplay. You don't normally get too much bother from them in trying to get to your position height-wise here. And there we go. As easy as it gets for that horde. Right, moving on to the Friendship Ridge Horde. a couple of fantastic ways to take out this lot easily, but I'm actually going to use the farmhouse that's just to the left of me. Now, this horde, 125 strong, and they are located again in the southern area of Highway 97. Now, should you wish to use it, there is a wood stack area over there that you can use. Just climb on top of that after you get the horde's attention, and they pretty much can't touch you if you go into the top left of that particular wood trap. But this is the smart play in order to get this done. This farmhouse, just make sure you enter it via the way that I do here. Then you need to go upstairs. There is a door right over here. Just make sure that once you've opened it, that you close it behind you. And from here, just to hop off onto this section here. And now you can have a lot of fun with this horde. Because where I currently am, they definitely know where I am, but they'll actually run past me. They'll try and get into the farmhouse in order to try and get to me. And they will struggle anyhow. But here's the thing. Once I have the numbers up here, I'm going to move from this position. Don't have to move much. There we go. You can see them now. They're just going to bunch up very nicely below my position. And yeah, I'm taking a little bit of damage here, but that's okay. And now we're going to get it. In fact, there's a few more freakers that have joined the party here. That does sometimes happen. But there we go. Friendship Ridge Horde, as easy as it gets. Right then, next up is the Juniper Ridge Horde. This horde is 125 strong. Again, they reside in the southern areas of Highway 97. And this lot are going to be taken out from a daytime location. I'm very pleased to see that this one still works, because originally I didn't think it had. You just have to make sure that although you can see a line in the rock, start just to the left of it and then move over onto it, and that way you will get up to this area. And of course, once you're up here, that's it. It's a nice easy affair indeed. And yeah, the obligatory Napalm Molotov is coming out here. But I'll wait. There we go. Now they're coming. Right. Screw it. We're going to get another. Okay, at this point, there's not much left. So I'll just go into focus mode. I do have the luxury of survival vision because I'm just playing on normal difficulty here. And there we go. Juniper Ridge Horde, done. Right then, this is the last of the endgame hordes, and it's the Mount Scott Ski Resort Horde that's 125 strong, and they reside in the far north of Highway 97. And very unusually, I'm going to be using the nighttime kill location in order to take this lot out. Because the beauty of this area is that their feeding grounds and their watering grounds are very close to each other. You ideally want them to be at the watering grounds so you have a little bit more time to get this done. And in this case, that's what I've got. But yeah, there is obviously more freakers about at night, so you do have to be careful. But right now, it's just another bike climb. By the way, if you're playing this on PC, do remember to hit the caps lock button first so that you can actually move the bike like that. But now, I'm onto this rock here. I've got the horde's attention, and the beauty of this is, once they get too close here, they're just going to fire themselves over the cliff edge here. And it gives you a fantastic kill area right here. Look at this. The ones that do survive the fall will run all the way back and try and do it all over again. And coming from that direction right there. But as you can see, I'm getting quite a number of freakers from elsewhere as well. you really do get a lot at night time when you're taking on hordes. So if you are going out at night, do make sure that you've got an easy kill location like this, or you can get a lot of problems. And also worth noting that you can potentially take out more than one horde from this location, because there is another one of the hordes, in fact I think it's the Sawmill Horde, that their watering grounds aren't too far away from here either. On this occasion I'm not going to see them because I've already taken them out, but yeah, you can potentially take out two hordes here very easily. But right now it's eyes on the prize. It's the Mount Scott Ski Resort Horde that are getting it. And there we go. They are done. Right then, just two more hordes to show, because I did say I would show every single horde in the game. These last two that I'm going to be showing are respawnable hordes, and the first one is located at the Spruce Lake Ambush Camp. And this is in the far southwest of Crater Lake. Now, if you're smart, you're going to use this horde to take out the ambush camp first. Just hit any explosive and you'll get them coming out running. After this, these dipshits will start firing like crazy, and yeah, we'll make it very easy for the horde to find them and kill them. After this, just sneak into the camp in the front section, and you can take your time and wait until the horde are a little bit further away before going for the easy kill location. But I'm not that patient, so I'm just going to go for it and show exactly where this is. That's the horde. They normally end up at this section of the camp because the last marauders that they go for are usually over here. But once you climb up this ladder section into this sniper's nest, that's it. This lot are as easy as it gets. Just going to use an SMP9 here to get the job done. And it won't take long because this horde is only 40 strong. So yeah, going into focus mode now, just to make sure that I can pick them off nice and easily. But when you get to low numbers, just fire off the sniper's nest and just take out the last of them. Just with a bit of gunplay here. Much easier. And that's it. That's how you take out that particular horde. Right then, moving on to the very last horde to show. Again, it is a respawnable horde, and it's the Belknap Caves Ambush Camp Horde. 25 strong, and they are as easy as it gets in order to take out. You just make sure that you know exactly where they are located, and it just requires one grenade. Because they're 25 strong, the grenade will take out all of their numbers. If you use a pipe bomb, then obviously with them only taking out 20, you're going to have a few to contend with. But do take the time to use this horde anyhow to take out the ambush camp above you first. Before ever going for this lot. But it is a good area for picking up some easy free careers as these, as this horde respawns. But there we go, one grenade in there, and that will get the job done. And that brings me very nicely to the end of this long video. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.